Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Trubisky going to look to throw right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
To throw again on second down, Trubisky, and this one's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing here, Trubisky.
That's going to be caught by Pickens.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
Fourth down. Here's Trubisky. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Burrow will throw.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They'll give it to Mixon. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. Here's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return is Williams. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow, open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase
with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Now it's Trubisky.
Completes this one to Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
The Steelers at 2-7 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Trubisky to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
$10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
To about the 23.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Now it's Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now it's Burrow.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fun.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Here's Williams to return.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Back to Mixon on 1st down.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and now we're sending them back to the drawing board.
The offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way. No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Trey Hendrickson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Mike Hilton, always dangerous on the corner blitz, and he gets the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Here we go.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mixon with a first down carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst as the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 19-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that end up watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
They'll roll him out right.
Open man downfield is Chase.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Burrow on play action.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. Touchdown. T. Higgins.
31 yards.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score. 36. Steelers nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he wisely will throw that one away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
11.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Here we go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
11 mighty.
Here's Burrow. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal.
This will be a 37-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3, trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
They run for it with Harris. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Mixing up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
On 2nd down, Burrow under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try to protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Harris running straight ahead. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he is going to have the Steelers' first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. It's brought in by Harris.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Open man here is Gentry.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One last shot for Trubisky. One last shot at the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So not just a